Hey there, Liam. Hope you're having a great day today. This is your video lesson. Three things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list, and if you want me to look at anything at the end or have any questions about anything, just have your mom or dad shoot me over a message, and I will do my best to answer. Cool, let's get to it. So first thing, before I forget, make sure, even though Circle sounds great and everything, we'll talk about it, make sure to send me over some of your Suzuki rep too, so that we can keep up on it. Unfortunately, I just can't make comments if I don't see anything on there, so it would just be a shot in the dark on my end. So make sure to send over some Suzuki stuff. You can send 2 videos over if you want. You can send like a short Suzuki video and then a Post Malone video or whatever we happen to work on next. So cool, just make sure you get that over to me too so I can talk about that stuff. All right, so first thing is bar chord drill. Looking good, man, looking good. Bar chords are probably the hardest static left-hand technique that I can think of off the top of my head without some sort of like crazy gymnastics sort of thing on here. So it's one of those things that we work on for a long time, doing partial bars, and even in Suzuki Rep, I mean, they spend an awful lot of time in that series working on bars. It's like a book and a half worth of like exercises that they do in that series. So, so with the bar chord drill, make sure 5th fret. One thing you watch out for. So I like the fact that you're curling up and down. You're getting actually a lot of the you're getting most of, not all, the strings are ringing out. That was good. Make sure though that you don't do some of this right here. So sometimes what'll happen is the first one will come over here and help out the bar finger. I saw a little bit of this if I was looking right in the video. Make sure you keep those fingers more. Imagine there's a spacer here between the 1st and 2nd finger, like in no man's land, right? And I am pretty close to the fretboard. I am no more than a 1/2 inch off this fretboard, maybe a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch off the fretboard. So I'm not out like this right here. So not this, not out this way, real close. Curl down, curl up, slow is the name of the game. Take frequent breaks, no more than 30 seconds or a minute in a day, right? Until you get more experience with it, because small muscles, you could stress them out and then cause injury. So make sure to practice the exercise no more than a minute in one day. Other variation on the exercise that you can do that becomes sort of more easy for you is going out to the side. So this way I'm stretching out this way. And then take a break. Okay. So do that for me. And then with circles, it's looking good, man. It's really nice. I like the feel and the vibe. Remember that we talked last time that this is not, I wouldn't come at this the same way about learning a classical piece. This one's more like a groove song than anything else. So like all like the little like things they have on the tab, like I bet he's just jams the song. Like it's not like in one measure he did this and then the second time through he didn't do that. I would just make kind of like a my own version of it. That's why these guys kind of approach writing these kinds of songs, like just kind of these groove jam songs. Looks good. If I remember how to play it, so you can hear my assistant down here. Don't forget that second part right there. There's two iterations of the riff. So the first one is C major 7, right? And it hits that G6, right? The G6 because we have that open E string right here. And then you shift into the B minor at 11, right? And I'm also muting the 6th string with the tip of my finger. And then to F major 7 sharp 11. Yeah, F major 7 sharp 11 to make that F minor chord. And then the second time through, it does this. It does stuff the card, doesn't it, bud? So we have G major 7, C major 7, then the G6 for a bit longer. We go to that B minor. Then we go to, what was it? I played it just a second ago. Yeah, so we have the C major 7, and then G6, and then we go to, it's a variation on that F major, on the F bar chord. What he does, instead of barring it, he just takes the bar off. And he sometimes he takes his middle finger off too. and he takes that on and off a few times, so you can kind of feel that out and kind of play around with it. And this song lends itself really well to improvisation and playing with the voice leading. This one wouldn't sound good though in this one. Just a quick aside, what would actually sound neat is that fancy amp that you have has all kinds of cool sounds in it. One thing I could throw in here is a little bit of vibrato, makes it sound kind of neat. Let's see what this would sound like. Let's see what this would sound like. I might slow the rate down a little bit, but you get the idea. Neat. Anyways, this song will lend itself really well to getting inside that amp of yours and playing around with some cool sounds. Anyway, back to what I was talking about before about the chord progression. So the second time through, the part you were missing was the C major 7, right? You get that G6. So it's a variation on that F major chord. He's playing without the bar and sometimes as. Like I said, this leaves a lot of room for you to play around with neat things you could do, like taking fingers on and off, what the bluegrass players call satelliting. And then you move up to this G chord. This way, it doesn't do that. That's too vanilla for this song. This song's neat because it has this really nice extended harmonies, upper extensions, like the sharp 11, the 6, the major 7. Those really nice lush sounds. And fun fact, it's there's the Lydian sounds in here, the things I was talking about before. That's what he's using. So if you want to get into harmony and things like that, if you like the sound of the song, there is a lot there, and it's a whole area of study that you could do with me if you so chose to. If you want to understand how the mechanics of music, how music works, and then how to use that to create and take basic chord progressions. Because Post Malone could have done that. He could have done this. He could have played. That's if I stripped everything away from this song that is cool, or all the upper extensions. So if you know how that stuff works and know how the scales work, the modes work, you can make that stuff. It's a formula. That's what it is. It's a formula for taking vanilla sounding chords and making them more lush and beautiful if you like those sounds. And there's different categories of modes that will do certain things or sound this way. Like this one's a more Lydian sound for me. It's not a Mixolydian sound, which has a different character and different feel. That Mixolydian sounds more like, say, like Allman Brothers or Jerry Garcia and people like that. Anyway, digressed it once again. Because I talk about harmony. So we have, so the second iteration, one more time. C major 7, G6, and then we go to the F chord, but it's not an F chord, and he slides up here and plays that G chord without the bar. Same thing there. Use that ear of yours to kind of feel out. So make sure you put that second chord, that second time through the chord progression. In terms of technique, things to work on would be interpositional shifting. What that means is that when you went from this chord here, and And then you went to the B chord, which is more, so this is in first position right here, right? Because my first finger's hanging out here. When you go to the B chord, you are in second position. What I saw was you kind of like leaped and it's like you leaped to the cliff and your fingertips got on. And I wasn't sure whether or not you were going to pull yourself up off the ledge. Is kind of an analogy of what I saw. Turn the hand and get firmly in second position. You were kind of shaped like this right here, so you're kind of stuck in like a half position right here with your first finger. You're kind of like on the fret wire. So into practicing, remember that practicing is not playing. Right? Those are two different things. Practice is problem solving. We come up to an issue in the music that is keeping us from playing better or not making it, and it's not just a matter of just repeating it, looping it over and over again. I feel like I've said this before to somebody. Practice is not just looping this stuff and in the hopes that you get it right the next time through. It's making a conscious decision to alter something that you did before. Like in this situation here, I would practice this. Turn the hand, drop the thumb, and get firmly in second position. I would even turn on, like say like a camera, like how I'm doing now, and watching my hand to make sure I'm really doing that. So those mirrors you see in practice rooms are not necessarily for vanity or ego. They are there for watching positioning and body posture, and what do my fingers look like? Am I doing something that I can't see from this angle right here? So turn the hand, get in horizontal hand, make sure you firmly land in second position. Watch my arm is tucking in. So I'm using that to my advantage. Same thing here, I move out to first position. So watch making sure that you're actually getting into the first or second position when you do a chord change. And isolate the chord changes themselves, especially when moving from one position to the next. Lifting and making sure I am firmly in first position here. Like my arm is moving out and moving to that spot. And then I would take some of these chords like I did before, like say especially in the second half of the chord progression, is take that chord. I might spend an afternoon doing that on an F chord. And then going down here with my pedal board and playing around with sounds, right? Because like I said before, this one would sound super cool with all that swirly stuff. Especially this one might kind of sound kind of neat. Let's roll with this. Never know until you try. So I turned on some reverb here. Your amp does that. Like that's a setting in your amp. Right? I have a fancy pedal for it here, but they have this right here. Inside of your amp, you have a really neat sound that does that. It's kind of like you bought like it was high def 4K or 8K TV. Now you have like an 8K TV set, like huge, like 90-inch TV or something like that, and you're watching black and white movies from the 50s, right? So it's like you're not taking full advantage of all the sounds and colors that are available to you. Your guitar does that. You pick the chords. Anyway, I keep on going on about that stuff. Don't forget, and then number 3 is the bridge section. This happens about 2 minutes 40 seconds into the song. He changes the chord progression just slightly, and he hits the chord once, or whatever synthesizer he's using. He hits it once and just like lets it go. So it will sound something like this. I would even be open if you want to play this for the recital. I would be open with you like bringing your amp, like if you want to dial in a certain tone, and we could work on soundscapes and stuff like that. That would be neat because sound engineering is art unto itself, right? Developing these sounds and colors and things. Like some people, that's like what they do for a living. They are an artist who creates beautiful sounds or destructive sounds, depending on what they're going for. So anyway, work on those things for me. Feel free to send a video over. Make sure to send me some Suzuki material because we still need to be keeping up on our classical chops as well. And if no other questions, I'll see you same time next time.